Mindful Life Practice community.
Oh, Leanne says, do we need a strap today? Sorry, Leanne, I just saw this. Let's take a strap. I like that idea. Let's do Supta Pada Gustasana. I actually wasn't going to do it, but now that the idea has been suggested. So if you have anything, you don't need a fancy yoga strap in particular, but just anything to strap your foot with, we're going to do a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to take your journal. And today we're going to do a little bit of a visualization practice. And you're going to visualize yourself 6 months from now. So you might even write at the top where I would like to be in 6 months. And then let's just give about 5 minutes of like free flowing writing. Hi, Alexandra. Oh, what are we journaling? I went to get the strap. We're journaling where we would like to be 6 months from now. Just giving another minute or two. And eventually, when you're ready to begin, we're going to come to a cross-legged shape. And you're going to place, plug in my phone. We're going to place one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart. And as you breathe, feel your breath moving into your low belly. And then into your chest, and exhaling to empty. So what's important in our manifestation practice? There's 3 ingredients here. We have to be clear on our goals. We have to be consistent about working towards them. And then we just have to let them go. So we've gotten clear on our intention. And throughout our practice today, we'll reflect on our consistency towards it and also our intention to let it go. Take one more breath, breathing our body in this seated shape. And then we're going to warm up a little bit. So let's do a little bit of a seated spinal 7. We're going to take an inhale, lift our arms up towards the sky. Oh, here comes my cat. I don't know if you guys can see her in the corner. And then land your right palm, reach your left palm over towards the side. Good. Been away for like a week and a half, so cat's been missing me a lot. Come all the way up and we'll switch the other way. So landing the left palm, reaching the right palm over to the left. Good, lift all the way up, big breath in. And then rotate left palm onto the right knee, right fingertips behind you, gaze over the right shoulder. And then lift all the way up. Good, we'll rotate the opposite way. And then breathe the palms up towards the sky. Gather the palms into the heart center. We're going to come onto the hands and knees and do a few cat-cows. So landing the palms, landing the knees onto the mat. And just curling with the spine. Going back and forth. So what does it mean to be clear and consistent in our practice? Take a few more breaths in your cat-cow. And then come all the way into neutral. Let's take our knees wide, our toes to touch. And we're just going to shift our hips back on the heels. And if you want to support yourself with a cushion, we're going to come into a child's pose. And you can also do a supported pose in any other way. Like you can be on your back if this is not accessible for your knees. So you should be settling softly into your shape. Allowing your breath to ground you in this moment. Allowing the pose to ground you in this moment. And let's reflect on what that means about being clear and consistent. I think you have all met my psychic Dan or heard stories of him and how he influenced and shaped me. One of the things I always said was that going into that first meeting with him, I was pretty lost in my life. Right? I didn't know what I
I wanted or needed. And as soon as I met him and was able to get clear on a vision for the future, it kind of changed everything. So having a clear vision of what you want, but also not being afraid to shoot for something big. Right? Like what was limiting me for a long time was that I just didn't think I deserved or I was able to achieve the things I dreamed of. Don't be afraid to dream big when you're creating your vision. Take a few more breaths in this child's pose. And then we're going to roll all the way up.
Good. Sliding the cushion to the side if you have it. And then coming all the way onto the back and grab hold of this yoga strap. And we're going to do some nice hamstring stretching. So coming onto your back body. Keep your left leg where it is. Hook the strap around the right hamstring, the right sole of the foot, and then lengthen the left leg. And you might either have a loop around the foot, or I'm gonna have just the strap flat on the sole of the foot so that both hands can grip the side of the strap, and just be really soft and lazy with my arms and my shoulders. Let the back of the head, let the shoulders be rooted on the mat. And we are going to be here for a little while doing some different variations of this pose. And so what does it mean to be committed? Right? It means I had to put in work to my manifestation, right? So I couldn't just dream that I would one day quit my teaching job and start a business, right? I had to actually put in work towards it. Showing up, working hard for 2 years. Investing time, investing money, learning. So what steps can you take to manifest your vision, your dreams? And it could be small things, like if you're working towards a a new career. Maybe it's drawing out a plan, setting some goals, looking into different courses you can take. Right? But we need to lay out a path for whatever we're creating for ourselves. It's not just gonna show up at our apartments one day and ring the doorbell, right? We have to be active creators in the life that we've always dreamed of. And then the last thing is to let it go. Right? So it's set our intention, it's work hard towards it, and then it's just release. Right? Let go. Trusting that the universe has your back and trusting that the universe will provide for you because you're worthy. You are worthy of whatever you've set your mind to, or set your intention to, or set your dreams for. We're just going to stay here for about 10 more breaths. Now, can you switch your strap into your right hand, and you're going to open your right leg all the way over to the right. And if you need to support yourself with a cushion or a yoga block or anything, feel free. So this is stretching your adductor muscles, which are the muscles that draw everything together. Draw your leg in towards the midline. And we're going to be here for about 3 minutes as well. Move my cushion over so that I can support my leg on the cushion. Spent time this weekend with a good friend who we used to work at the same school together. And this was not an ideal workplace, an ideal work environment at all. It was really high stress. It was really a hard job, and we were living in a hard neighborhood in a tough country. And our friendship probably was born out of, needing support in a time when, I was learning how to cultivate resilience. But it's amazing to think how in 6 years, both of our lives have taken such different paths that have led us back to living in the same country again. And I feel like we both started actively, creating a life and working hard towards one beyond the one that the circumstances we were in at the time. Right? It's faith to believe that one day this will pass and you're not going to be in whatever situation you're in for the rest of your life. And then it's actively putting an effort into changing things rather than just settling for, living in misery, because it's easier to stay than to leave, to make change. Good. Let's stay here for a few more breaths. And then just lift our leg all the way up. Nice work, guys. I know it's not easy to hold that for a long time. We're going to bring our right leg all the way across now. So we're stretching through the IT band. Whoever it was who asked for a strap is like, oh, I'm regretting that. It was Leanne, right? No, this stretch is always worth it. It feels so good on your legs after it's done. It's like your whole right side feels longer. And then of course we'll even it out. So your whole left side will feel longer. Right, but I think human beings have this tendency to do this, right? We stay sometimes far longer than we should. Whether it's in a job, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in a city or a country, whether it's in a living environment. We stay because sometimes it's much easier to keep the peace, right? Rather than ruffle feathers and make change. Right? Like I signed for a third year at this school I was working at in Kuwait, which was like a toxic work environment. I ended up signing for an extra year and then breaking that contract. And I look back and I'm like, what was I thinking? And it was because forced with this idea to uproot, to leave the life I had created, to leave my apartment, to leave my car, to leave my job, to leave my partner. The idea of uprooting and losing that all was so terrifying that it was easier to just sign that contract and stay. And then when I ended up finally quitting and leaving, and actually putting in a bit of effort into looking for a job, I ended up here in Abu Dhabi, which is like a life beyond my dreams, right? But all I had to do was be brave enough to imagine something better. Commit to working towards it. And then let it go. Okay, let's just stay here for 5 more breaths. And then lift our leg all the way up. Wow. And now extend the right leg alongside the left. Noticing how you feel on the right side compared to the left. And we'll go the opposite way. So bringing our left leg all the way up, hooking the strap around the left foot, extending through the left leg, breathing into the back of the left leg. And knowing that you can also bend the right leg and land the right foot if that works better for your body. Knowing that we're going to be here for just about 10 more breaths, a minute more. we're going to open our left leg all the way to the left and support yourself if you need with like a cushion. Anything that will help you settle and stretch and create space. Good, just take 10 more breaths. And then can you lift the leg all the way up? And then stretch the opposite way. So coming into this twist. Gazing over the left shoulder, anchoring through the shoulder. Stretching through the IT band. So there's a reason why we really target the hips and the hamstrings through these manifestation classes, and the heart as well. These are like the emotional centers of the body. Right, we store a lot of our stuff here. And it's really important in the practice of manifestation that we think about how we want to feel. Right, and we call that energy into our lives. Right, if we want to feel happy, we're calling in that joy. If we want to feel content, we're calling in that contentment, that santosha. Right? Because like attracts like, and what we're putting out into the universe is what we're going to get back. And that's why our physical yoga practice is so important, because we're releasing all of that stuff that's stuck inside of us to create space for something new and something so positive and so filling and so joyful to come in. whatever that might be. Can you take a few more breaths in this IT band stretch and twist?
And then lift all the way up with the leg.
You can unhook the strap and just stretch all the way out. Allowing the palms to be face up, anchoring through the shoulders. Pausing for a moment, and if there's any last poses or shapes that you want to take for the last minute or so before your final resting pose, go for it. Eventually landing in a soft shape that will support you. With the knowledge that I'll bring you back when the time is up. It will be all right in the end. And maybe even in the middle. You will not suffer as long as you think you will. You are not fated to be unhappy. You are not destined for failure. Remember who you are. Let me say it again. Remember who you are. Be gentle. Practice exquisite acts of self-care. You don't have to be as strong as you think you do. You don't have to be wise and certain about your path. Your frailty is beautiful, and your innocence too. Getting lost is another exercise in navigation. You can't fix everything you touch. You won't break everything you touch. Don't apologize if you're tired. Don't second guess your stomach. Maintain eye contact with everything, especially yourself. Fall to your knees at least once a day. Say yes at least twice. Love daringly, wholly, unapologetically. Believe in magic. Befriend your fear. Look up. Listen. The birds will tell you everything you need to know about flight. Forgive your great sadness. Unlock what hurts. Make a prayer for loss. Unpen your words. Get messier than anyone thinks you should. You'll know when you're ready. I'll say it again. You'll know when you're ready. Giving your body a little bit of a wiggle. Nice stretch through the fingertips all the way through the toes. And then you could curl your knees into your chest, give your body a nice little hug. Good, making your way all the way up to a seated shape with the palms at the heart center. We close with our intention. It is an ancient intention, but it's the original intention of yoga. It was passed from the heart of my teacher, and I pass it to you. And it's that our practice remain steady and our efforts remain continuous, and that our yoga serves and benefits all beings everywhere. May we all be safe. May we all be happy. May we all be healthy and free. And may the thoughts and actions of each of our lives contribute towards this. So let's finish with an Om. And if you want to join me, we're going to inhale and exhale. And then inhale through to make the Om. So taking a large breath in. Deep breath out. Big breath in. Thank you all so much for joining, for being part of this community, for sharing this space and this practice. I'm so grateful for each one of you. Would not exist without your presence. So thank you for being here. The light in me, it sees and it honors the light in you. Thank you, yogis.